So by the end of the season, your veg beds are going to be in a right state. Something like this. That's the last of the pea crop in there. And I could leave it like that for the rest of the winter, but if I did that, I'd end up with an awful lot of pests and diseases overwintering and an awful job to do in the spring as well. So right now is the time to clear it all away, put it to bed, protect it from the worst of the winter weather, and send it through to spring in perfect condition, ready to grow again next year. It's the perfect workout for a brisk winter day like this, so let's get started. First thing you need to do is take down any supports. They'll be good again for next year. There we go, good job done. Now, next step is to take away all this dead plant material. Anything that isn't diseased, luckily I haven't had much disease on this, you can take straight down onto the compost heap, make fantastic compost for next year. Anything that has had disease, things like blighted potato tops, that kind of thing, don't throw it onto the compost heap, put it in the green waste or burn it. There, better already. Now what you will find is that during the season, plenty of weeds have grown up under your crops where you couldn't reach them with a hoe. It's essential that you clear them completely before the winter. A lot of the weeds, like this chickweed that's grown up everywhere here, will continue growing during the winter, so you really have to get on top of it now to stop it self-seeding even in the colder months of the year. You'll probably have noticed that I ended up digging this over by default because I was weeding so much. But you don't have to dig your plot over every autumn. In fact, if you don't let it get quite as weedy as I have done, then you can get away with just mulching on the surface. And that's the next stage of putting your veg bed to bed. Nice thick mulch, any kind of organic matter you like, compost, well-rotted farmyard manure, anything like that will do. Lay it thickly on the ground, and that protects your soil from the worst that the winter can throw at it. The worms will spend the winter pulling that down into the ground for you. You don't need to touch it again. But there is one last final step. Just in case it's a really wet winter, you want to keep the worst of the winter rain off your soil. This is how we do it. There, job done. That's beautifully protected for the rest of the winter. I won't need to touch it now until spring, and then I can just pull back those covers, give it a little tickle perhaps, and sow straight in there.